just the air and the mic on the other corner?
Yep.
Yeah.
Air on and the mic on. They doubled our responsibilities,
Yeah.
but didn't double your pay.
Nope. I'd like to call to order the July 10th Planning Commission meeting. Could we get roll call?
Commissioner Pitts.
Yes, sir.
Chair McKinley. Let the record show she is absent tonight. Commissioner Hilton.
Here.
Vice Chair Dawson.
Here.
Commissioner Murphy. Here. You have quorum, Mr. Vice Chair.
Okay. Item number 2, adoption of the minutes from June the 12th. Does anybody have any amendments, any questions about the minutes from last month's meeting?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes, last month's minutes.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous? Thank you.
Unanimous. Okay. Item number 3, old business. Application for rezoning REZ 202-03 for Michael Cole Knight Trail. It's a continuance of the public hearing from June, and my understanding from the notes that the request continuance till August.
Yes, sir.
Does anybody have objections?
All right, and we just need his name and address for the record.
Okay. Bobby?
Yes, but I'm just here to represent, let you know that we still want to postpone it until next month due to different stuff.
And your name and address, please.
Bobby Cove and East Side Drive, 15 East Side Drive, Thomaston is my address. Thomaston is 308 East Main Street.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any objections to continue the public hearing until August?
I make a motion to continue.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion unanimous. Thank you.
Okay. Item B. Thank you, Bobby.
Thank y'all so much. See you next month.
Item B, draft ordinance language for limitations of application initiating postponement of public hearings related to various applications. Open the public hearing. There's no names on the list for attendance for the public hearing. Do I have a motion to close public hearing?
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Any discussion on the ordinance draft? You have something for us?
Just a brief summary, Mr. Vice Chair. The purpose, as you know, is the real world story is that we've got 2 cases where we've been requested for postponement, which is sort of unprecedented, and one that has been requested postponed twice. The signs actually went out, and so the neighborhood, which is very concerned about that use, have been alerted that, hey, we got a meeting, and then twice the signs disappeared. We did have 2 folks that left names, and we understood that maybe they had some leadership in the neighborhood, and so they were able to explain to the people that were in contact with them what had happened. But we still had other citizens who weren't connected to those leaders, and we got independent phone calls, or we did have one show up, and I said, I'm sorry you hadn't heard, but it was postponed. So I think based on the discussion you had a couple of meetings ago, you basically, once the announcement, whatever form that takes, happens, that's it. You either withdraw or you're going to have to go forward, one of the two, and that's the language that you've got in here. You'll see that this could potentially come up in a number of cases, some that you do on a regular basis, others not so much. An appeal of my decision, an appeal of your decision, variances, special exceptions, of course zoning map amendments, which is what we've got in this particular case. There's also some, I always take an opportunity that if there's some language in this area that needs to be cleaned up, there's some clarification that y'all are responsible for public hearing and the Board of Commissioners are responsible for both public hearing. In case you didn't know, state law only requires one public hearing for most of these things that y'all do. We have wisely, in my opinion, decided that there's going to be a planning commission at both locations. That was before I got here. I certainly endorse it. I think it's a wonderful policy. It gives the public more opportunity, and I think y'all serve as a buffer as well as a sounding board before it goes to the elected officials, that you can air out some of the issues and maybe help focus things a little bit by the time it gets to the Board of Commissioners. So that's what the intent was in discussing the whole issue with the county administrator. He saw it the same way you did in terms of how to handle postponements, and so that was good. He endorsed us initiating this ordinance. I don't know that I've not personally had any discussion with the Board of Commissioners themselves. So we'll see where it goes after that. Hopefully, once we clarify, why this has happened, what the circumstances are, they'll understand why we've got this postponement. The other thing that's in here that I need to call out, I don't think it's a problem, but I could see where some might, is if an applicant wants to withdraw, it's always been the policy that you withdraw whenever you want to withdraw. We don't hold you that if at some point, for whatever reason, you want to withdraw your application, we say no. I just made it very clear in this language that you can withdraw at any time. It really doesn't matter significantly in most of the procedures except for rezoning. Most likely an applicant might want to withdraw before they realize the Board of Commissioners is going to turn them down, because if that happens, they may not reapply for 12 months. And obviously if they withdraw before that and they figure out, well, can we fix something before we get a denial, they can come back in a month or two or whatever it happens to be and maybe get some changes made and not have to reapply and wait for a whole year. So that's the only place we have language like that, is in the rezoning, where that withdrawal is that critical. But some people might say literally it's 1 minute before the Board of Commissioners and you just withdrew. Yeah, that's what this means, unless there's some objection if that's something that's not palatable. And we'll have to figure out, okay, well, what's the last second then you do want for a withdrawal by an applicant? That's the summary, Mr. Vice Chair.
Okay. Y'all have any discussion on the language in this draft? Are we ready to send it to the commissioners?
Yes, I say, make a motion to send it.
Okay. Second. A second. Everybody in favor? Aye. Unanimous? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair.
Okay. Item number 4, no new business. Item number 5, other business, none. Planning Commission issues and announcements.
I don't have any.
Let me back up if I could, Mr. You and I had a conversation a while back about a trailer on Adams Road. It's still there. Can we get it moved again? I think it's been moved twice.
Yeah, there's a backstory. I can certainly talk to Code Enforcement Officer Dean. That's his
Yeah.
case. He's aware of it. Complicating factors in the owner's life, but certainly I'll share with you at another time the details as I understand it. And again, Jeff Dean is the officer on that case, and he's, of course, is the one that informs me
Yes,
on
sir.
that particular case.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Anything else? Okay. Secretary's issues and announcements.
Just one, Mr. Vice Chair, and that's that we sort of follow this continuance of a public hearing, and I don't know, maybe we've lost the meaning of that over time, so I just want to clarify that procedure. The reason why we request and follow this, let's continue the public hearing, is because in your ordinance, and this is very typical, by state law, you must render a decision within 45 days of the closing of the public hearing. So, if you keep the public hearing open, you continue the time you have available, and you've never taken it another 45 days past the closing. This just allows you to get your own postponement, your own continuances, and meet the letter of the law, which says you must render a decision within 45 days of the closing of the public hearing. So let's just continue the public hearing, and that gives you more time.
Okay.
That was the only clarification, that point that I wanted to make.
Just a note to everyone, August, prepare for a long night. We got the three Cs coming up in August for 3 different items that are coming up. So it's going to probably be a longer night then. So we'll take advantage of the short night tonight. Anything else? Okay.
From staff.
All right. Have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Unanimous, thank you. 5:40 PM.
Here's your signed copy.
Thanks, sir. I don't know if 10 minutes is a record, but it's close.
Tell ladies I'll come out and see you tomorrow.